What gives away serious? Is it the knee brace? Was it the
specialized
shoes?
paddles?
Going into shoes?
Carrying special shoes in with you.
Okay.
The one guy had the one Under Armour leg.
Cleats to the you always had on tennis shoes.
Well, cleats are different than just flats.
Well,
I mean,
I don't wear my tennis shoes. See, same thing. I've got my tennis shoes in a bag.
Wait, he's got a specific
you
backpack
have yours
for his
on?
gear.
Yeah, see, that is a beginner right there. That's not a veteran move, bro, dog. You bring the shoes that you're going to play in a different bag.
I got things going on. I can be carrying shoes all around. I just wore them in.
Now, Finn's got his own carrying bag for the paddle and his shoes. I mean, come on, dude.
What are you talking about?
Well, Finn's
I'm
bougie.
proud of you, Finn.
Is that the same bag that's being sold on the wall
Finn,
over here in the memorabilia area?
Yeah, exactly. There you go. You got to come prepared. And I brought an extra racket for Johnny if he wants to use it. Or you could borrow one of the demos that they have here at Pickle and Social. And we're going to make it happen. I cannot. Number one, you need to have the proper shoes because you don't want to turn an ankle or
your shoes
jam
do
your
look
foot
good.
in the.
You're just wearing.
See, I feel like John and I are on the same page. Right. We go back to White Man Can't Jump. I want to be like Woody Harrelson, who doesn't look like he has all the gear, can play it all, and then just comes out and just balls out.
Well, the way you're dressed today, we can tell you want to look like Woody Harrelson. And Schaub, if you're watching on our YouTube page right now, nothing wrong with wearing your college gear. Like, you've got your Virginia stuff on. You guys are one win away from playing for the ACC championship.
Says the guy that usually wears nothing but Miami.
No.
I just want you to know this is a one-off right here.
But he has the cutoff sleeve hoodie.
Yeah, it looks
like
great,
he looks like Domino.
Did you do that yourself?
Can't you tell?
Yes.
Well, here's the thing. You know these sweatshirts, as soon as you wash them once, the sleeves are the first thing to shrink. So I just cut them off a few weeks ago.
I love it.
Oh, listen, I dropped kids off from school, came right over here. This is my morning, going home and work out. Like, stop. You guys have matching shirts on. Like, you're a team to go play pickleball. You coordinated this.
Thank you.
We work for 680
Shabby, I think you look great. These guys, I don't want to hear it.
He's got I believe it's orange, but I'm colorblind, but it's Virginia orange.
Yeah, that's their colors, orange and blue.
Underneath the cut-off sleeve white hoodie. It is a beautiful look.
And it was a good effort. I
didn't know this was a fashion show.
It's definitely not.
I'm just describing it for the listener that's not watching. Look good. Bill Belichick.
It's definitely not, but it's now time for our weekly visit with our quarterback, Matt Schaub.
Atlanta pros play on the Fan, and every week we talk Atlanta football with former QB Matt Schaub.
Schaub, keep it, throw it.
Presented by A1 Driveway Replacement, locally owned, professionally poured. Your new driveway in just one day. Visit a1driveway.com.
Schaub, there is so much we've been talking about. I'm sure you were listening this morning. Some of the stuff that's going on with Michael Penix, now with Drake London. Looks like Kirk Cousins going to be the quarterback. But let's go back to Sunday. I think the worst thing that happened Sunday was we made Bryce Young look like a guy that deserved to be the number one overall pick. Career high, I believe franchise record, 448 yards passing. What happened to our defense that was really good about a month ago?
Well, I think, they had some injuries in the secondary. They were without a few other cover guys, D. Alford and Mike Hughes. That affected it for sure.
Divine Diablo going out was
Diablo
catalyst.
was huge, but was about a month ago when he went out.
Yep.
We saw how that position got exposed in the past game the last month. But really, I mean, Bryce Young went out and just got completions. And when you do get completions as a quarterback, good things happen because then you have to make the other team tackle your guy. And that was something the Falcons just couldn't do the other day. They missed so many tackles and led to big plays. And Bryce has always had the unique ability to escape and create and extend plays and find guys open. It's hard for when you have your third, fourth, fifth cover guys in to cover for that long. Well, and we still got to him with 5 sacks, but there was enough plays out there for him to make.
Yeah, they do a nice job. We talked about it yesterday a little bit, Shabby. Sacking the quarterback's great, and you can speak to this, but if you don't play fundamentally sound football and you keep firing guys and playing soft coverage and missing tackles, 5 sacks is awesome, but you're going to get picked apart like they did. And when you have matchups that they try to get after, when late in that game, it was Caden Ellis in the slot in like a two-man situation.
Was covering Tet McMillan.
Well, they were in some sort of quarter zone, but you allow your corners to press on that. So A.J. Terrell was pressed on the outside on the running back. And when he ran to the back of the end zone on like an in-cut, A.J. just naturally fell in there as like trying to cover him on a scramble drill. Mm-hmm. Well, then your wide receiver, McMillan, in the slot is matched up on Caden. And when you have the scramble drill, I mean, that's a mismatch altogether. So I think that was a schematic thing more than just what you were trying to do at the start of the play from a coverage standpoint.
Schaub joining us here. So the terrible news that comes out yesterday, and we kind of saw it on Sunday, Michael Penix has to leave the game. We were hoping it was minor. It looks like now partially torn ACL and his season comes to an end. What is your level of nervousness for this franchise moving forward? I'm not talking about just for this year, but going forward now with a guy that potentially has 3 ACL injuries, a broken collarbone, a jacked up AC joint, and now he's supposed to be your starter moving forward.
Well, I think let's just take it from a Michael Penix Jr. perspective and his position and the umbrella of the whole organization, everything we talk a separate time. But just from his, I mean, this is a chance, hey, get healthy. You know, you want all the laundry list injuries that he's had over his college career. That's fine. Those things are healed. Collarbone, not too concerned. The AC joint, that stuff heals. I mean, I still have jacked up shoulders. Finn, I'm sure you do too. I see it poking out of the top of your shirt right there. So those things, but the knees are obviously the concern because he has had both ACLs.
Right.
And I'm not a doctor. I don't know what that means once you already had one fixed and then you partially tear that fix. Like, you have to get that repaired. But I think for him, this is an opportunity to just get healthy and evaluate your play and how you can get better from a footwork and fundamental standpoint, number one, but also take more ownership and leadership within the offense and what you want to get done and say, you know, how we're operating isn't good enough. Like, you can't just sit back and just take whatever's fed down the pipeline for how you're going to play and how the system's going to run. Go in there and say, I want to be under center. I'm a play action. I'm a pocket passer. Like, this is how we need to operate for me to be successful. And I think he can really sit back and take some advice from people that have been in his shoes, but also evaluate and watch all the film.
From talking to some different people inside and outside the organization, it sounds like they aren't not taking the ownership that you're talking about, and they're not having the extra meetings. Talk a little bit about what you did as a starter here in Atlanta for a minute, filling in for Vic when he was hurt, and then obviously in Houston when you had the success that you did. What kind of things did you do with teams outside of the normal stuff?
Well, I think for me, I started off as a backup my first 3 years with you here in Atlanta, backing up Mike Vick. So really it gave me an opportunity to sit back and evaluate how one of the most visible athletes in all the world handled his day-to-day, week-to-week business as a quarterback.
You figured out stuff to do and not to do, I would imagine.
That's part of it too. Yes, we all learn vicariously through each other, but and develop my own plan for when I got an opportunity in year 4 in Houston. But I did get enough experience back when there was 4 preseason games and a lot of spot duty when Mike got banged up. Only had 2 starts, but I kind of knew how to evaluate a game plan and how to learn it. And that was a lot of credit goes to Greg Knapp, our quarterback and offensive coordinator at the time. And so I took all that with me and just memorize and study and the extra stuff you have to do to prepare so that the play clock isn't an issue. When you hear calls, you hear snippets of it and you know what the play is. You don't have to hear all 17 words of a play call, but that's just repetition and watching and writing down your schedule. Here's what I'm going to watch on Tuesday. Here's what I'm going to watch on Wednesday, so it's easier to digest what a defense is doing. And I think there's ways that Michael Penix can really evaluate that. And then going into year 3, which will effectively only be his second year as a starter, he can have a plan and he can seek advice from some players and people that came before him that can kind of lead him into a way to be better prepared on Sunday.
Yeah, and I don't think he has that around him right now. There's so many young players. We talked to Roddy last week, and he talked about there's not a lot of guys that can show him how to act. And then talk about like extra meetings you guys would do, or after practice drills you would get into with Andre.
Well, once you get the game plan, like on Wednesday, you're doing basically your first and second down plan, is afterwards you get together with the guys and you throw some extra routes because you're going to have some wrinkles. You're going to have some new routes, some nuances that are specific for that week that you might have only gotten 1 or 2 reps with a guy. So you're like, hey, can I get 2 on this side, 2 on that side, so we can get our timing and where we need to be. You do that with each receiver, 2 routes each, so you get extra 10 minutes. Then you meet with the O-line because there might be some special blitzes, some protection issues on third down that you put in on Thursday. You want to meet with them after the fact on Wednesday and maybe even Thursday morning, so you have your protection calls. You know how you want to handle things because defenses they're multiple nowadays. They're not just going to sit there and say, hey, I'm blitzing, take the protection to me. So you have to be able to decipher what looks you're getting, and I think those are the things that he can really – and then the red zone. Let me hit the red zone, because that is special part of the field in and of itself. The routes change. They're different. The timing, everything happens faster. You're going to put the ball in certain positions based on where routes go. Finn, you know, in the back of the end zone, where's the ball going to be? You want it to be face mask or
big
higher.
face throws.
That's it. And if it's at the goal line, you're running an underneath route, you're going to put it right at your waist or lower so you can protect the throw. Those are the things you need to practice at the end of the day on Thursday, Friday morning, so that you are on your P's and Q's when you hit the field on Friday for that final dry run.
You've talked a lot about Michael Penix and kind of now what you would hope for from a growth standpoint when he starts to get healthy. But in the here and now, Schaub, what are next steps for this organization to make a fan base feel a little bit better, if they can at all, about where they are? I mean, you do have Kirk Cousins now that's going to take over, but are you ready to move on from this coaching staff at the end of the year now? When would it be appropriate? Or are you okay with, all of these things that a fan base is sitting here right now going, okay, our quarterback's out for the rest of the season, we'll have Kirk, but what makes a fan base feel any better right now? Anything?
Well, I think you got to add to the Penix being out, your quarterback being out. Drake London's out for the foreseeable future. I know he's saying week to week, but I can't see him playing this week.
No.
Maybe next. I don't know. Who knows that timeline? But, I don't think it's the time to fire coaches, because where your season's at, let's just see where we go. The only way to fix this right now in the here and now is go win. You got to go and you got to win against the Saints. And then you go from there and you try to stack. You just build that confidence up. But now it's a chance to go and see what other guys you have. Your wide receiver room is decimated. You have Darnell Mooney. You have these other guys. Let's see who can step up and just make plays. Who can be that third, fourth, fifth receiver going forward for your team? What is Kyle Pitts going to turn into? He came out the first 4 or 5 weeks. It was one of my, MVPs on the team. It was just, aside from Bijan, but, where's he been the last month?
Right.
So you got to make a decision with his contract this offseason. So there's a lot of things you want to see, but just go out and win a game and then just be in the moment and take it a week at a time. You're not going to, resurrect everyone's belief in 1 week, but you can do it slowly over time. And, Kirk Cousins, he's going in there. Just go out and operate. Forget about last year. Forget about the beginning of the season. You're here. Here's your opportunity. You want to continue being a starting quarterback in this league? Here's your chance to show teams, if you want to continue playing beyond this year, come and find me, because I'm healthy and I can still throw the football.
Interesting, when Cousins came in, we immediately went under center. Something we've been calling.
It was the first play.
The very first play we run. And I think 2 of the first
We're
three.
getting trolled by Zach Robinson.
Is it as simple as that to fix this offense get back to things that work in the NFL?
I don't think that's the cure-all, but
Sure.
I think that's a piece of it, because with the zone run scheme and the concepts we do for the running game and the play-action game, especially what he's accustomed to, that's the way you do it, because it all looks the same. You can really sell things. You give your running backs a chance to sell run or to get into their mesh with the quarterback and help the O-linemen with their blocking schemes, because you get linebackers to displace and have to run and over, and that opens up cutback lanes, and there's so many things that go into that. I think it's a piece of it, and I think that's a good sign that Kirk did go under center, because it shows he's comfortable doing it, and he can get away from center and get to those mesh points with his Achilles from last year, and he's healthy. So
he did look like he was stressing to get to one of those handoffs, really reaching.
That might have been a back.
Right.
I haven't looked at it in detail, because it's always, you want it on those wide zones, you want the back to go right at the middle of the butt of the tight end, or the ghost tight end. The back might have been wide.
Right.
I've had that happen where you have to stretch and you expect one thing because there's a tempo to it, and then all of a sudden they're a little wider. So that might have been part of it, because that's time on task. They don't practice that. So the back would have been a little unsure of his track.
Time on task, Darnell Mooney, 16 catches and 40 targets. So you talk about time on task, not practicing, broken collarbone, no time with the quarterback. The whole thing's a disaster. He's Matt Schaub. He joins us every Tuesday around the 9 o'clock hour. Did you ever wear a wristband when you played with plays on it?
In college.
Just in college?
Just in college.
And then what was the change? Obviously, they just didn't do it?
No, we didn't do it, and it wasn't a need. Once we got to the NFL, it was just part of our plan, and it was how we prepared and how we went about things. And the way I was wired coming out of college, and by Greg Knapp here in Atlanta. In Atlanta, when I first came out, our game plans weren't huge. They weren't a Kyle Shanahan, kind of this new age. We need to have all the answers depending on how a game goes. So it was a lot easier to memorize, especially the third downs, the red zone, the 2 minutes, some of those unique situations in the game. but I never wanted the wristband in the league.
Now, you guys got a big ACC game coming up next week. Virginia Tech Hokies. I believe they've won 19 of 20 against Virginia.
That's correct.
What?
19 of 20.
That's a beatdown. Not like what you said earlier about LSU and Ole Miss.
I just had a needle burning because he's too happy over there.
I mean, I'm not going to hide from it. So we beat them my last year in 2003. And then it went till 2019 till we beat them.
Oh,
dude.
I honestly, I kept messaging people that were still with the program. I said, I'm sick of being an Aflac trivia question on Saturdays. When was the last time Virginia beat Virginia Tech? Or who was the quarterback the last? I was like, this is enough. Enough of 15-year droughts. So, yeah, one time in 20 years.
And much like Georgia Tech, it's simple for you. You beat Virginia Tech, you go to Charlotte for the ACC championship.
Correct.
Game. How's this feel as a Virginia guy? How does that feel? Like you haven't been in this position very often.
No, 2019 was the last time. Bryce Perkins, as a quarterback, went and played in the ACC title, I believe, against Clemson. So it's unusual. We were picked to finish, I think, third from last at the beginning of the season. But it just shows Tony Elliott's gone out and this offseason brought in 32 transfer guys in the portal, 23 first-year players, so 55 new players this offseason. And the unique thing about college football now is how quickly can you assimilate those new players into your locker room, into the guys that are already there, and go out and gel and play good football. And he's found a way to do it, and that's a testament to those players he's brought in. And man, it's just fun to watch and fun to be a part of that.
Are you on the call for the final game?
I will be. I'll be up there for the radio broadcast.
Well, that's going to be awesome. How have you enjoyed that this year? Is this the first year you've done it?
I did it last year as well, about half the games.
And then something you want to continue to do?
We'll just take it a year at a time. We'll see what happens.
You like it, though?
I enjoy it. It's fun. I know the play-by-play guy's been there 5 years, John Freeman, and then the lead analyst is Ahmad Hawkins, who I overlapped with for 2 years. He was a wide receiver / corner when I first came in, so at least we know each other, and so it makes the timing and all of that a little bit easier.
Well, best of luck next week. I won't be.
Really? Do you mean that? Is that sincere?
For you, yes.
No.
For you, yes. I would love to see you. You're good people. Have a chance to be there.
Better than what he does for the rest of us, just so you know.
Well,
he wants to see my head coach leave Missouri.
No, I want them to beat Oklahoma next week. I do need other help.
Feel any better?
Why do you have any hard feelings against Missouri?
I don't have.
No, we were just talking about Eli.
She tried to say Penn State and Missouri were the same job, and I just had to be like,
no, Schaub. What I said.
You said, ooh.
No, okay, no. Because see, this is where you set me up by not actually telling him how the conversation
yourself up
went.
on this one.
No, the conversation was it's such a better job, and I said, how is Penn State in this day and age? This is not Joe Paterno's Penn State. This is a Penn State school that we literally just said in the break maybe was the 5th best job in the Big Ten nowadays.
I never said that. I said they're a top 10 job in the country.
Yeah,
I never once said
my
5th best
point
in the Big
was,
Ten.
I don't think Eli has to leave Missouri for Penn State. I don't think it's the job that it once was. They made it sound like it's like the best job ever imaginable out there in college football right now. And I said,
if they throw $12 million a year at him, he's gone.
I'm not gonna get behind that. I biasly am gonna hope that he stays at Missouri. That's what this conversation's all about, and he built it up wrong. How are your pickleball skills?
Not that good.
We're gonna find out. You want to stick around for a minute?
No, I can't. I got things to do, man.
Oh,
baby.
No.
What? What did you say? Mumble,
baby. Let's get out there. I'll take you out there during the break. We'll go check it out.
Well, you guys could go do that. Schaub, it's always great to see you. Always great to talk to you.
Thanks for
Appreciate you
swinging
coming by. We will talk